Hey guys, coconut oil is great for your hair and has so many other uses. In this video, we will show you how to make your very own coconut oil, so stay tuned. I started off with 4 coconuts. Now they vary in size and it's basically any type of coconut that you want to, but the preferred type of coconut is called the native coconut. That's the coconut you want to use. Now I broke them up into pieces and poured out the water for consumption, so you could break them up into those sizes. Now I took them out of the husk. Now it depends on what type of coconut that you have. As you could see here, if you have really great coconuts, it will just slide right out of the husk, just like you're seeing here right now. Now over here we have the husk in the bag that I have there, and you would discard of the husk, and that's what we will be using, the meat, to make our coconut oil. Now you just wash them to remove any impurities, those little fine brown pieces, those little residual pieces. You wash them to just get the coconut clean and ready for blending. Now, after washing them, you will cut them up into pieces, smaller pieces. Now, the pieces that you have will definitely depend on the durability of your blender or food processor. If your food processor cannot handle big pieces, then you do not want to cut them up big. You cut them up a lot smaller. Now you pour some water in the blender or food processor, and then you pour the coconut in. And after you've done that, then you proceed to blend. Now please be careful to make sure that these pieces are small enough, or else you might cause your blender to overheat and cause it to malfunction. So ensure that you're very careful. Now after you've put in the amount of water and all of that, you just go ahead and you blend. Now, of course, the amount of intervals that you use will depend on the durability of your blender, like I mentioned before. So here I'm just blending out my coconut until it is very fine. It's into very, very, very small pieces. After you've blended it, you add some water to the trash that you see here that's blended fine, and you use your hand and you milk out all the milk. That's what you're seeing in the container on the left right there. So after you have milked it out, you pour it into containers. I just poured it into a few containers based on the amount of milk that I made. Now you leave this overnight, and this is what you're looking at the next morning. The next morning, as you can see, the cream has started to form at the top, and as you can see, when I touch it, you realize that, hey, this is actually coconut cream here. So we're actually getting somewhere, right? All of it shall not be in vain. So that's the coconut cream that you will be using to make your milk. Now you could leave this for overnight, but I left mine for probably a couple hours. Now I'm using a skimmer to skim out all the coconut milk that you saw a while ago, and what I did was place it in a pot. It's a fairly thin pot on medium flame. Now as you can see, I have the rest of the coconut milk here, coconut cream actually, and it's sauteing, I would say, and you just ensure that you stir to ensure that you have some decent consistency. Now over time, you realize that the cream will actually start to dissipate, and you actually have the oil forming. Now here we have a wonderful coconut oil. We're getting somewhere, and what you'll do is you'll just cook it until it gets to a brownish color, and that's the color that you'll see at the bottom of the skimmer. At the tip of the skimmer, that's the color you want. So we just leave it on for just a few more minutes, and after a few more minutes, what we do is we strain it with a strainer, and here we have wonderful coconut oil. Now you could use one of those cotton cloths to strain it to get rid of the brown residue that you see in the bottom of the container. However, this, my friends, is 100% pure virgin coconut oil, the best oil that you can get anywhere. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but the best type of coconut is called native coconut. The native coconut is elongated, or it's elongated in shape, and you realize that with those coconuts the meat is a lot thicker, and from those coconut you'll get more oil. Now, like I said, the amount of oil you'll get certainly depends on the type of coconut that you purchase. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below, and if you know anybody that would love to make their own coconut oil, share this with them, and hopefully you'll help a friend out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.